How women get addicted to men without even realizing it. Many women don't consciously choose to get addicted to a man. It happens subtly through emotional conditioning, neurochemical bonding, and psychological manipulation that build dependency over time. What begins as love or passion quietly turns into obsession and attachment, especially when the man uses tactics that trigger deep emotional responses. Let's break down how and why this happens, and what it really means beneath the surface. 1. Emotional addiction is a biochemical trap. When a woman falls for a man, her brain releases oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin, the same chemicals involved in addiction. Oxytocin creates bonding and trust, making her feel emotionally safe with him. Dopamine rewards the brain for every text, compliment, or touch, reinforcing the craving for more. Serotonin drops when uncertainty rises, causing anxiety, the same withdrawal symptom addicts experience. When the relationship becomes inconsistent, affection one day, silence the next, the brain enters a dopamine reward loop. She starts chasing emotional highs, just like a gambler chasing a win. This is the foundation of emotional addiction. 1. Love bombing creates the perfect hook. Many manipulative or emotionally immature men use love bombing early on, flooding a woman with affection, promises, and attention before genuine connection can develop. At first, it feels like destiny. He's so attentive, he's everything I've ever wanted. But in reality, he's accelerating emotional intimacy to create dependency before she can see his true colors. Once she's hooked emotionally, he begins to withdraw affection. The brain then associates love with anxiety and uncertainty. The woman starts to crave the man even more, not because he's good for her, but because her body is trying to regain the emotional high from those early days. 1. Isolation deepens the dependency. A classic sign of control is when the man subtly isolates her, criticizing her friends, causing drama with family, or scheduling time that keeps her unavailable to others. This isolation serves one purpose: to make him her primary emotional world. Without external support, she loses perspective. She begins to believe that only he understands her, that she can't function or feel whole without him. This emotional narrowing is how manipulation turns into dependency. 1. Intermittent reinforcement keeps her chasing. Psychologically, the most powerful form of conditioning is intermittent reinforcement, unpredictable rewards. When affection, validation, or intimacy comes inconsistently, it keeps the brain guessing. One day he's warm and loving, the next day cold or distant. Chasing hope, anxiety, guessing. Withdrawal, cold. Affection, warm. This emotional roller coaster trains her nervous system to associate stress with love. She becomes addicted to the uncertainty, hoping that the next time he'll go back to Biochemical. Phi. T. Tit. TL. IK. I. H. TH. 8. TH. H. IT. FH. TF. 1. Gaslighting weakens her reality. Once dependency forms, many controlling men use gaslighting, making her doubt her own memory, emotions, or perceptions. Statements like, "You're overreacting. I never said that. You're too sensitive." Over time, she starts second-guessing her feelings. She wonders if she's crazy. Her inner voice, the one that once protected her, gets silenced. The weaker her self-trust becomes, the stronger his psychological control grows. 1. Emotional withdrawal as punishment. When she sets boundaries or expresses discomfort, he may respond with the silent treatment, withholding affection, communication, or intimacy. This triggers deep emotional panic in her. She starts apologizing just to restore connection, even when she did nothing wrong. What she doesn't realize is that her brain now associates compliance with emotional relief. She learns to submit, not out of love, but to avoid the pain of rejection. That's the invisible chain of emotional addiction. 1. The crazy ex pattern and projection. If every ex he's ever had is described as crazy, obsessive, or toxic, that's not coincidence, it's projection. It's often a sign that he repeats manipulative patterns, pushing women into emotional breakdowns through neglect, confusion, and gaslighting. When the new woman starts experiencing the same symptoms, anxiety, obsession, self-doubt, she doesn't realize she's been cast into the same psychological cycle. 1. The loss of identity. The longer this dynamic continues, the more she loses herself. Her interests fade. Her world revolves around his moods, his messages, his validation. She begins to dress, think, or behave in ways that please him, not herself. Identity erosion. This is not love, it's identity erosion. By making her feel small, dependent, or unworthy without him, he ensures she won't leave because she believes there's nothing left of her outside the relationship. Subtle control. The subtle financial and emotional control. When he discourages her from pursuing work, controls access to money, or makes her feel guilty for independence, he's building financial dependency, the final layer of control. Without financial or emotional autonomy, leaving feels impossible. But even without money involved, emotional dependency can be just as paralyzing. The fear of losing him, even when he's toxic, feels more painful than staying miserable. 1. Breaking the addiction. To break free, she must treat emotional dependency the same way addicts treat withdrawal. That means cutting off contact completely to let the brain detox from dopamine addiction. Rebuilding self-trust by validating her own experiences instead of questioning them. Reconnecting with supportive people to restore perspective and confidence. Rediscovering identity through passions, routines, and self-respect. True healing begins when she realizes the craving isn't for him, it's for the feeling he once gave her, and she has the power to recreate that feeling from within, without anyone's permission. Final thoughts. Women don't get addicted to men because they're weak. They get addicted because emotional manipulation operates on the same systems in the brain as drugs. Once you understand that love bombing, gaslighting, and inconsistent affection are tools of control, not romance, you begin to see clearly. Healthy love is calm, secure, and consistent. Addictive love is chaotic, anxious, and confusing. And the moment you learn to tell the difference, you reclaim your freedom, your sanity, and your self-worth.